So the least coolest superhero in the DC universe finally gets his own movie and becomes the coolest superhero of 2018. We're going to review Aquaman today. What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of Movie Breakdowns. I'm your host, Ali Zakka. I'm back here with Shelby. How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Doing all right. Thanks for coming back onto the show. So back here with my friend Shelby. Y'all saw her on the Captain Marvel review. Now she's here to review Aquaman. And before we go into the review, what is Movie Breakdowns? It's a movie review series where we look at new and old movies, give them a grade, A through L, plus and minus do count. And also, if there's a movie you want us to review, let us know, and we'll try to get to it as best we can. Now, Aquaman 2018. Shelby, you want to say something about the opener I just said there?
I don't think he's the coolest of 2018. Are we forgetting Black Panther?
Oh, so now we're going to this comparison of Black Panther and Aquaman, which is pretty much the reverse flip of Black Panther. We sit there and thought about it. I don't think Black Panther was cool.
I'm offended.
I don't think he was cool. I thought he was royal, he was regal. He wasn't like I want to be T'Challa. It never was like.
Okay.
Chadwick Boseman didn't want me to be T'Challa. It seemed like
fair.
T'Challa had a lot of issues he had to deal with, and I was like, I don't want those issues. While Aquaman was just like, "What's up, bro? High five! I'm out here saving the world. I'm badass. Coming in here, looking around. Permission to come aboard." Like he just seemed he had suave to him that like T'Challa had more of a Chadwick Boseman had more of a like regal kind of like suit and tie, like I'm gonna handle business my way for my people. That's a horrible Wakandan voice, but yeah. So
I will give you that because at least Aquaman still has both of his parents. Wow, can't talk. But yeah, at least he still has both of his parents.
Right.
I will agree that Aquaman is a cooler superhero, but as far as the movies go themselves, I was like, wasn't as great as I was hoping it to be. Aquaman was.
I give you that. Yeah, definitely give you that because I was thinking it was just a character in himself. Aquaman was considered mostly for a long time at the butt of superheroes. He's the one that talks to fish and that's all he has. Nothing else. But then Jason Momoa comes into play and like Aquaman is no longer that guy. It's more like the modern day Aquaman where he's like the king and he's the guy like the ruler of the underworld or the ruler of Atlantis and the ocean. Mm-hmm. And he's actually powerful, not just the fish can't help me out because I'm on land. Really? That's all you're here for, Aquaman. Why are you here? Like you're worthless than Green Arrow. Why are you here?
May as well just call Percy Jackson at that point.
Right? Shoot, Hawkeye would be a better crossing universes here, but Hawkeye would be a better fit than you, Aquaman. So they made Aquaman cooler, but as far as movies, yeah, movies are two different stories there. Two different stories. First thoughts on Aquaman.
I really enjoyed it. It was a fun movie to go watch. Some of it just felt a little crammed. Like they put too much story into one movie and it would have been better if they had simplified it and left some of the other subplots for later movies. And it was a lot of good fight scenes. I loved how the camera transitioned with the characters as they were fighting. You get to see Mara and Nicole Kidman's character, Atlanta. I don't remember how they pronounce it.
Lantia. Atlanna.
Atlantana? Something like that.
Atlanta?
I'm going to call her Nicole Kidman. But I loved their fight scenes. They just were the coolest ones in the film to me. And so that made it super exciting to go see. And probably worth enough for me to buy the movie.
Yeah, and my first thoughts, I agree with you on a lot of points there, 'cause my first thoughts the same thing. Like, I like how the fight scene didn't have all the cut scenes where every time someone made a punch, you had to cut into to see a different angle. Mm-hmm. It literally just spanned out and watch as the camera followed the person fighting followed them around in a circle and then like zoomed in with them and followed them along as they moved to another room. Or for some weird reason, there's one scene in the movie where they follow just one random bad guy who falls through a building, and he started chasing Mira on top, and you don't see Mira running. You just see him looking around trying to figure out where she went, and he starts running through walls. And I thought it was kind of neat. You don't see movies from different perspectives like that. You always see the protagonist running and the protagonist jumping and dodging stuff, and all of a sudden the bad guy somehow appear. And this one, it took you through the eyes of the bad guy. You're following the bad guy, chasing the good guy, and then all of a sudden, boom, here we are. We're right there with the good guy. Which James Wan, the director, did a really good job. I like the music that was put into this movie. I like the colors of this movie. It was bright, colorful. Yes. Thing that did stand out to me, though, my first thoughts was the CGI at certain points in the movie. When they're underwater, the CGI was not good. It's almost like PlayStation 4 video game is CGI at certain points. And I was like, I can't deal with that. Or how can Aquaman be like strong enough to not let a knife go through in the beginning of the movie, but then towards the end of the movie he could get stabbed easily by the same weapon?
It was so inconsistent.
There was some inconsistency. Another thing was like the love story between Mera and Aquaman in the movie. It was kind of like not really shoehorn, but it was more like it didn't have time to breathe. It was almost like, oh, we're on this crazy adventure together, and now we're boyfriend, girlfriend. Now we're just in love with each other over one long weekend. We broke this movie down. We sitting there thinking, how long is this movie? Like, it's really a span of a weekend. You have beginning of the movie, which Aquaman stops a submarine attack from Black Manta and his pirates, and then you go at the bar. So it's like midday to sunset. The Atlanteans decide to attack the mainland, so it's nighttime. Mera comes up, saves Aquaman. They go to Atlanta overnight and have these issues and the fights and stuff like that. Then daytime, they escape Atlanta, go to the Sahara Desert, find the next path to a hero on a hero's journey. I should say. I'm going to throw the hero journey in there without even talking about what the hero journey is. But this movie is a hero journey too. I want to mention that of a unlikely hero becomes the king of a new ruler, I guess, king of a new kingdom. Yeah,
he's joining two opposing sides, land and sea. Mm-hmm.
And so, like, you have daytime when they're in the Sahara Desert, and then when they go to Italy, it's still daytime. Then they go back to the ocean, it's nighttime.
How did they even travel that fast but how did they even travel? Like, I get that, I don't know, no. How would you even travel that fast from the Sahara Desert to Sicily?
But it was all in one weekend. Yeah. But yeah, so it definitely is a hero journey. I like the hero journey. So when I see in the movie, I really, it's super cliched and super overdone like all the time. Get the unlikely hero, the likely protagonist, which Aquaman is actually very likely protagonist. Not unlikely, like he is strong enough to hold his own in this movie. There's like no really flaws to him.
Kind of, but he also says that he gets his ass kicked, like, in every fight.
Because he just started to. Like, he was just, like, when he fought the Atlanta before, he wasn't getting his ass kicked. Like, he was handling humans left and right. And he went to Atlanta, and then, Atlantis. And then he was getting his ass kicked left and right. He was like, this sucks. I want to go home. He literally did say, I want to go home. Mm-hmm. Like, he was like, throw in the towel. But the same human that stabbed you earlier, that didn't do any damage, now can stab you, which doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, because it's not like they gave him a new sword from Atlantis. They gave him the plasma gun. And yeah, that did some serious damage, but that didn't change any of, like, his blades or anything.
Most people believe that he coated in some kind of Atlantean metal or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not like Valerian steel.
Right.
Against White Walkers.
Right? No, it's nothing like that at all. Trying to think here. What was the storyline about? What did you like about the storyline? What did you didn't like about the storyline?
I'll be honest, I did love Mira's character, and I could see how the love story felt rushed and it didn't have time to breathe, but at the same time, like, it also didn't seem too forced at the same time. Especially like as a comic book fan, you know that's gonna be his wife someday, and some people just click like that. And then, oh, Aquaman's just really fun to watch with Jason Momoa, really bring charisma to that character. And okay, let me go into the things that I didn't like. I did not like how they portrayed Black Manta and the whole origin story with that. That was rushed. That was forced to me. I didn't feel the sympathy or heartstrings being pulled when he died. I just felt like this is dumb. This is really dumb. This is poorly portrayed and acted out. I don't like this, and I really wanted to like Black Manta because he's one of my favorite characters. Well, Calderon is from the Young Justice series, and so
I actually enjoyed that scene. To me, when I saw it happen, so in the movie, Aquaman, because Black Manta and his pirate crew are pretty much robbing a submarine. Aquaman comes in, stops everything, shuts everybody down, and Black Manta, who is played by Yahweh. Yeah. I'm gonna mess with his name every time. There's always one person I mess with in every episode. Yahweh ID Monty the second. He's played Black Manta, and Aquaman, as mentioned, played by Jason Momoa, pretty much like handles them both. And his father, Black Manta's father, gets stuck underneath a torpedo, and Black Manta trying to save his father, and he asks Aquaman to help, like, help me, please, please. And Aquaman's like, you didn't save the other people when they asked for help, mercy. You killed them, so I'll let the sea be your judge, or let the sea make the decision whether or not he lives or not, and just walks away. Like, literally, I was like, oh shoot, this is a good guy who just like, forget it, man, you're on your own. And this causes like Black Manta to get upset. Like, they had a whole sad music and everything playing, like, go, like, no, I won't leave you, go. Like, he's talking to his dad, like, go. And like this whole scene, you're like, oh my gosh, like, is he the good guy in this movie? Like, am I missing something? Like, who's the bad guy? Like, and then all of a sudden his dad gets killed, and you see him walk away, and he just looks angry, like really mad. And you're like, well, that makes sense. That checks out. I understand why he's mad at Aquaman. But then, for example, you have Patrick Wilson, who plays King Orm, who is the brother of Aquaman. He is the current ruler of Atlantis, and he's upset at Aquaman because his mother was banished because Aquaman was born. Aquaman is half human, half Atlantean, and the mom, played by Nicole Kidman, Alana, she pretty much had a baby with a human, and that's not cool in Atlantis. Plus, on top of that, she was a queen, and she escaped Atlantis and started a whole nother life. So when they found out that Aquaman was alive, they banished her, and King Orm was like, because of you, my mother was banished, and I hated you since that day. And it's like, why did you have to tell us that? Like, we could have seen that. We could have seen her getting dragged away, and he started to get angry, like we had to deal with Black Manta going through the whole phase of like his father dying in front of him, which you now understand. Just you telling us that was like, okay, so, okay, I'm gonna be on your side because of that? No, you're a dick, and you're definitely showing that way. Amber Heard, let's talk about her, who plays Mira. Mm-hmm. She is the female supporting character, female protagonist in this movie. That's what I was trying to think of, supporting character last time. In Captain Marvel review, Samuel Jackson was a supporting character to Brie Larson.
Yeah.
I can't think of that word, but she's a supporting character to Aquaman in this movie. And she was supposed to be forced to marry King Orm. And you can see in the movie how Mira looks at Aquaman and like, oh, they have chemistry there. And King Orm was like, why are you trying to hit on my girl, bro? So they have their issues. Not only that, it's a bunch of cool, like you said, fight scenes in this movie is really good. The Nicole Kidman fight scene, and then the reason I'm talking about fight scenes is because of the King Orm versus Aquaman, the Battle of the Kings, something like that. That scene was really cool. And then the ending had a bunch of big battle fight scenes. Like big battles, this movie is for you. Trying to think of anything else. when he talked and mentioned?
I can't really think of anything. I did actually. So you mentioned the brothers' relationship, and I actually really liked that because it reminded me of my own. I could relate to that, and I could kind of see it from both sides. Like I could struggle with like where I guess it's King Orm was coming from about like having resentment towards your sibling, but at the same time also coming from Nicole Kidman's perspective as a mother, like not wanting your kids to fight, and then going from Jason Momoa's perspective and like just really wanting the best for the sibling that you're not really close to, but then like you're kind of a dick. So
Right.
I don't want to get along with you anymore. So, but at the same time, like towards the end of the movie, there's mercy, and hopefully there's an opportunity for them to work it out. And I think that that'll be nice to see in later movies, is how their brotherly relationship will evolve, and hopefully they can grow. But we'll see.
And two more things I want to mention before we go to, so you watch this movie on a Friday night kind of deal, is William Dafoe's in this movie, and his CGI, when they go back in time a few times and look at characters, like explain Aquaman's history as he's doing things and learning how to train. His CGI is really like, it does not, the de-aging CGI was not good for him. You're like, I can't tell if it's William Dafoe or not. But then you see him like in present day, like, oh, that's definitely William Dafoe from Spider-Man. He's in this. Green Goblin is here, playing a good guy.
Yeah.
Which you're like, oh, that's rare. He usually plays a bad guy, I feel like.
He just has the face for it. It was
Face
super unsettling to see him as like a trustworthy character. I didn't trust it.
Right.
Like I know I was supposed to, but like the Spider-Man fan in me felt like no.
Then the other thing is that this movie has two aspect ratios that you're filming in. And beginning of the movie, you don't notice it at all. Beginning of the movie, I don't think we noticed it at all. Like, it was like completely standard. Then all of a sudden, it went to IMAX when it got to Italy. And it literally shows like the screen goes from like full screen to widescreen. And you're like, wait, what's going on? And the aspect ratio changed to make it a little more IMAX and a little more definition. And you're like, wait, why is it doing this? And they go back to underwater, it expands back to standard.
Yeah.
And it goes back to IMAX anytime you go back to Sicily. And I'm not sure why they did that, but it was noticeable the second go time I watched this movie. The first time in theaters, I didn't notice it at all. So, yeah, that was something that that was there. And then Dolph Lundgren is another thing that's in this movie who I just completely didn't recognize at all. And he plays King Nerys. And I was like, oh, I didn't know Dolph Lundgren in this movie. All of a sudden, there he is. Majority of the movie, he was there. The first time I watched it, I couldn't figure out who he was. And the second time, I was like, I had to look at him, like, oh, that's Dolph Lundgren. All right. Any last thoughts before we go into Friday Night Movie?
I don't think so. Yeah.
I don't have anything either. So is this movie a Friday Night movie? Yes or no?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say it is. It's good.
I say it's a Friday Night movie. You get together with your friends and family, watch this movie and enjoy it. Now, grading time. What do you want to grade Aquaman? And why?
A C+. It's a solid C+. It's not even quite a B- for me, because just how crammed the storyline is with everything, and it takes you all over. It's so scattered, but at the same time, I love the characters. I love the dialogue. It's pretty funny and action-packed, and it was still a fun and entertaining movie. So a solid C+ for me.
I'm going to give Aquaman a solid B-. The things I enjoyed about this movie was the fight scenes and how it wasn't to me cut scenes. It literally followed characters and you was able to see what was going on. You could see every punch, every dodge, every move, every little detail. I also liked the color of the movie. The colors was really good. The music of the movie to me gelled really well. It was needed when it was supposed to be needed. It was taken away. It was dramatic when it needed to be dramatic. It was upbeat when it needed to be upbeat. The chemistry between Jason Momoa and Amber Heard to me worked, even though the relationship thing didn't work, but the chemistry of them worked together. I can see how they played off each other, and like Jason would make a slide joke, and I'm not sure if it was scripted or not. Like Pinocchio was like, oh, that was a book. Oh, I got it from the movie. That right there is like, I don't think it was actually written that way, and this is how he portrayed it. Or Amber Heard, like, so you just based on saying a lot of a book, like I like how her sarcasm with it, stuff like that, her sassiness, and I really liked how the movie explains certain stuff too. Like, for example, there's a scene where they're in Rome and Aquaman is like pointing out all these different statues and explaining he's not a king, he's a good general, he's a king, and we was like watching, like, how did he know that? And literally as we were thinking that, Amber Heard says it too, like, well, how do you know that? He's like, my dad was a history buff and made me learn history. So right there it made you like, okay, this makes sense. It's quick throwaway line, but it wrapped around, so you wasn't sitting there guessing like, wait, how do we do this? How do we do that? How do we do this?
Yeah.
What I didn't like was he had so many lines all in one. I didn't like the CGI. CGI at certain times was kind of choppy, but it wasn't so bad where it's like it just messed the whole movie. You can literally watch the movie and be like, that's it. Like, okay. And last but not least, I did like the fact that it was funny. So, a B-.
Yeah.
Well, please tell us what you think of this movie Aquaman. If you've seen it, please put in the comment section. Also, kind of curious, who your guys' favorite superhero, or who's your favorite superhero of the year 2018? Not the movie, but the hero. Who you thought was the coolest superhero of 2018 since we're in 2019. So, who you thought was the coolest? Please put that in the comment section as well. Shelby, thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching this episode of Movie Breakdowns. See y'all next time, and keep being awesome. Thank you guys for watching this episode. I really appreciate it. Please like, comment in the comment section below, and please subscribe for more episodes of Grind Towards Success, movie breakdowns, or whatever it is that you're watching on my channel. I have different stuff from interviews to other movie reviews to wrestling reviews. If you're a wrestling fan, please subscribe if you want to see all that and see what's going on. Also, you can follow me on Snapchat here, follow me on Instagram there to see what I'm doing in my personal life as well as my business and Ninja Warrior. And lastly, you can watch the last episode of Grind Towards Success here, and you can watch the last episode of Movie Breakdowns there. Thank you guys once again. I really appreciate it. See you next time. Keep being awesome.